Hello everyone, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. If it is your first time here on the channel, hello, yes, my name is Tuna, I am an illustrator from Canada, and I have been making a habit of going to art markets across the country for the past couple of years. This is no exception. This is the con vlog for Ai-Kon, which is a decently sized anime convention in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And it will be my first time headed to Winnipeg and one of my few travel conventions for the year. In fact, this will be my last travel convention outside of BC for this year, unless things change, if anything comes up towards the end of the year. And I'm very excited. I actually bought that little yellow suitcase specifically for this trip. I usually pack my stuff into two larger checked bags and then only have like a backpack for carry-on. But this time, I really wanted to try and get everything into one checked luggage and then my new larger carry-on bag. In order to prep for this con, I don't have a ton to do. I'm basically just restocking and selecting the quantity of items that I want to bring of each design. Because I have done so many events over the course of the last 2 years, I'm repeating one of my table layouts from a previous travel con that also featured an 8-foot table, so I'm not worrying too much about how my display is going to look, just kind of relying on that work that I did in the past and hoping to repeat it for this time in the future. Now, because this is a travel con, I do have to minimize the weight of everything that I'm bringing, so I do have to select an amount of items of each type of item to bring with me that I think will be enough for the full weekend of the convention. Now, this is something, even if you're like just starting out, can be somewhat confusing to know exactly how much stock of what to bring. I'm just going to tell you my opinion. I don't really think for any particular design you need more than 10 units unless it's something that is like you feel is going to fly. Let's say it's fan art of some really popular contemporary thing, or it's something that you've been selling online or that had a really fantastic reception on social media. But for the most part, keeping your stock relatively low is a good way to approach it, especially when traveling. Now, I have kind of a wide range of items. When it comes to these single stickers, I'm aiming to have maybe about 5 to 10 of each design, 10 of the ones that I have experience with knowing are more popular, 5 for the ones that like almost nobody ever really buys, because we know there are ones that are more loved than others, but I love them all equally, okay? Don't come for me. When it comes to these sticker sheets, I do kind of just bring as many as I possibly can. I have this Tupperware container here on the left that I will fill with a relatively equal number of each design, which is always more than I need. I don't think it's very common for me to sell out of what I bring, but I kind of prefer it that way. When it comes to the single stickers, if I'm going to sell out of those, you know, it's like, it's no big deal. I also bring with me tote bags, the enamel pins, and comic books. With the comic books, they generally don't move at these sorts of events like they would at, say, a comic-specific event, so I have 3 copies of each of my graphic novels and up to 5 copies of my zines available. For the enamel pins, I believe I packed 6 of each colorway, which is kind of, you know, sometimes, for example, some colors are more popular than others, but I do kind of evenly stock them on the higher end just in case. For my tote bags, I bring 5 of each design, but your mileage may vary depending on what you sell. I would just say if you do want to sell out, stock less so that your suitcases are a little lighter on the way home. But if you don't want to sell out, just, you know, invest in as many as you need. I managed to get these suitcases at the exact correct weight, so I am very proud of myself, and hopefully they'll be lighter on the way back. Hello everyone, just finished up my $20 flatbread here at the airport, waiting another 30 minutes for my flight. Relatively short jump to Winnipeg. I think it's less than 3 hours or something like that. I have some work that I want to do, so hopefully I don't just get distracted watching the X-Files episodes that I downloaded and actually get some stuff done while I'm on the plane. I don't expect I'm going to have a lot of downtime. I was looking around at some of like the restaurants that I can attend while I'm there, and there's a cat cafe hopefully we can hit up. As well as like a little shopping area, and everything seems to be open like late, even on a Sunday. So fingers crossed I'll be able to do a little bit of holidaying while I am in Winnipeg, but otherwise, par for the course. This is just another con. I'm trying to keep my expectations low, as I probably already said, because I'm just kind of sick of being disappointed for no reason. Like when I do well, but I wanted to do better, I'm disappointed like
forget about that. We just want to have a good time, make a little money, see some cool fans, make some new friends, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So, without further ado, let's get to Winnipeg.
Good morning, everyone. It is bright and early on Friday, and I am alone in the Airbnb. My roommate left a little bit earlier because we are both setting up for Ai-Kon this morning, and I really only need like 2 hours tops, and she like split to do like 4 hours, so I opted to sleep in, which just means that I rolled over a few times and eventually just got up to have coffee and a shower and get myself all cute for you guys. Truth be told, I feel relatively good right now, but I got no more than 4 hours of sleep, possibly less, so I am expecting Sleepy Tuna is going to come to the party probably sooner than later. But since it is Friday, the first day of the con, I don't expect it's going to be like super busy or anything like that. We only have 8 hours on the floor, bless, so I should be able to stand 12 to 8 p.m. tonight, as well as the 2 hours of setup time, so I guess it is technically 10 hours of work. And something else that's on my mind is back in Vancouver, there's an event this weekend as well called Mini-Commie. Now, I've been doing conventions for like 10 years now. Obviously, there was a few where I didn't do any in the middle. And Mini-Commie was the first convention that I ever did. My first half-size table, $50. I hold them in such high regard because of this, but I have been applying every year since after, you know, the pandemonium. So that's, I believe, 2022, 2023, and 2024, and I have not gotten in any of those times. I know it's partially juried and mostly lottery, so I'm just like the most unlucky person in the world, but I hope everyone back home is having fun at Mini-Commie. I am very grateful that I do not have jealousy FOMO because I'm here instead. But yeah, if you're getting rejected from cons, let me tell you, it happens to me too. Actually, I missed a couple of lotteries for later in the summer, like the Montreal events that I wanted to go to and some of the Toronto events, which is why I didn't make it quite that far out east this year. But I also applied to HalCon in Halifax. Shout outs to anyone from Halifax who's watching, or the Maritimes, and they like flat out rejected me, and I'm like, don't you know who I am? No, just kidding. But like, you know, if you get rejected from a con, it's a reflection of something, but hopefully it's not a reflection of like who you are or the quality of your work. So even though I probably didn't make it into close to, I have to look at my list, but it might be 50% of the shows that I applied to this year. It's just the way she goes. It's a fickle beast. There's a lot of competition out there, and just keep trying. You'll get into the markets that you want to eventually. I mean, take it from people who apply to like reality TV shows like 10 times in a row before they actually get accepted. It's just part of the process. Anyway, that's it for my rant. We will go set up at Ai-Kon now. Let's head over to the con.
back from my incredible breakfast, taking a spin around the vendor hall right now. It's kind of interesting. The vendors and the artist alley is really intermixed, which should hopefully lend itself to people kind of wandering around and checking everything out. There's also a lot of food-related vendors, which is really great because it means I can eat and not starve or have to leave. But a good spread, a little bit of everything. Hopefully the people will be into the original stuff as well. But yeah, I have a little bit more setting up to do, so I should probably get back and do that before I miss my chance. How are ya?
Doing good. Is this your first time in Winnipeg?
It actually is, yes.
I know every artist here.
Yeah.
And I did not recognize you. And I'm like, okay, new person.
Yes, I'm from Vancouver. Good choice, good choice. Would you like a little baggie for everything? Yes. Got it. Alrighty, and do you want to do cash or card today? Sure. So just 30 for cash. I'll get you 10 back. And there are your goodies. Enjoy, thank you so much. I'm getting some intense deja vu right now, and I don't know if it's because I've done so many markets before that this exact scenario has happened, but I have deja vu about telling you guys that I have deja vu, so I think I'm just going insane. It's 4:30 now, checking in. It has been quite slow today, definitely not great, but a lot of people do seem to be perusing to shop later, so I will accept it the way that it is. Again, my expectations are like, they don't even exist right now. As long as I make back all my costs, which I really should, I'll be happy. And relatively good vibes. I've noticed everyone's kind of shy, like not a lot of chatting, so I am just busying myself by continuing to draw. No complaints really. It's very cool in here. I actually have my sweater on, but I can tell it's 32 degrees outside. Only 3.5 hours to go, so not so bad. Yeah. That's it. That's all. Till the next update.
I see like that blue, like...
Okay, so 35 for everything.
Congratulations to everybody for completing your first day of Ai-Kon. We did it!
Good morning, day 2. It is Saturday, bright and early, 8:30. We start at 10, so probably head out pretty soon, get some breakfast. I would really like to go back to that same place that I did yesterday because it was so good. There were some very cool thunderstorms, lightning storms last night that I caught a glimpse of. We don't get a lot of those in Vancouver, so anytime I get to see one is kind of a treat. And it's still raining come this morning, but supposed to clear up and be sunny this afternoon. But we're gonna be in a nice air-conditioned room all day, so we won't have a clue what's going on. I'll catch you guys all up on the details at the end, but yesterday was pretty darn slow. I got a lot of good drawing done. You guys know me and anime cons aren't necessarily a super good match, but everything is totally fine. Looking forward to today. Hopefully things will be busier. We could make some sales. I've complained before about certain types of cons that are just run by people who like do not care. They're like, you are paying your $500 for the table and that's it. That's all we care for you. This con is definitely very homegrown and very like by the people for the people. The tables themselves are only $160, so if you're local to Winnipeg, come on, that's an incredibly low barrier to entry for a 3-day con. But you know, I got travel and accommodations to also recoup. I did not recoup all of that money yesterday. Again, probably one of the worst sales days I've had all year, but whatever. Again, I just telling you guys how it is. And I think today's gonna be fun, so I'm looking forward to it. Hi guys, just hello.
Something, $10, right?
You got it.
Okay, free rubber?
Love it. Do you want a little paper bag for that?
If I can.
Absolutely. I'll give you that and I'll trade you for that.
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. Say hi to your cat for me. Hello everyone. Yes, so it's just afternoon. Definitely off to a better start today than yesterday, which is to be expected. Generally Saturdays are known as the busiest day of the con, and we are here till 7, which is very reasonable. I was just blessed with a coffee delivery from Little Corgo's husband. If you don't know Little Corgo, she is an amazing designer who's also from Vancouver and also here now at Winnipeg for Ai-Kon. And she's been vlogging, so drop her in the thing below. I might be in her Ai-Kon vlog, we'll see. Prince to Leanne, good choice. Would you like a little paper bag for that? Get you some change for that? There you are. Would you like a business card as well? And there you are. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
I'm still getting some drawing done. I'm getting so much drawing done this weekend. I've like kind of revised my strategy. Usually when I do events, I like to be really present and standing and attentive to the customers, but like I mentioned, everyone's a little bit more laid back here, so we're doing sitting con, getting some work done. I'm extremely tempted to put on the X-Files because I'm addicted to rewatching it again. But anyway, it's gonna be a great day. Hello everyone, it is just coming up on 3 o'clock now, and I am going for a walk. I'm gonna go find some food. Okay, truth be told, since the last time I spoke to you, I've probably made like 3 or 4 sales, and I'm starting to get pretty frustrated. I actually haven't broken even yet, period. And the reason that I'm frustrated isn't necessarily because I'm not making sales. Like, it's not that I'm frustrated that people are not buying. It's that my time is an incredibly valuable asset to me, and I feel like I'm wasting it being here. Like, I constantly have so much to do. There is never a time where I am not busy. And so I'm sitting here and I've completely run out of stuff to even draw on my iPad because I'm caught up with everything I need to do there. And now all that I can think about is like all of the pet portraits that I have to complete, and that's what's kind of building this frustration for me. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about it because like it's gonna show in my spirit. I just decided to go for a walk to go like find some decent food because I don't really want to eat like super greasy con food again today, and hopefully just kind of, I don't know, contextualize, like perk myself up or just talk myself out of being kind of grumpy about it all. It is what it is, and focusing on the good interactions that I've had with people, the people who have purchased something, because I'm super grateful that they are, and the opportunity to do this and travel. I mean, at least I'm not losing money, right? Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning now. I am just taking a long way around to get some coffee while I'm headed into the convention center. I wanted to touch base about yesterday. I know there wasn't a ton of footage, and I don't know if I'm going to include my baby rage moment, but I was getting a little frustrated with how slow things were, especially with how poorly Friday went. I really needed Saturday to be half decent in order to kind of make up for that a little bit. It ended up being half decent, but halfway through the day I wasn't fully convinced that would be the case. Since things resolved by the end of the day and it ended up being like a perfectly average day, Sunday's really gonna make or break sort of if I'm happy or kind of not happy about what happened this weekend. This is only a 6-hour day, which means people gotta come out and make purchases real quick. But yeah, sometimes there are ups and sometimes there are downs. I did kind of whinge to my friends a little bit. I think I got some sympathy. Overall, the experience has been really positive, and it's just the way she goes sometimes. We've talked about it before. I don't think anime cons are where I belong, but that's what this whole experiment of doing markets has been all about. It's trying everything at least once, seeing what is worth returning to and what is not, and if anime cons are not for me, that is perfectly fine. Almost 2 o'clock now, so just 2 more hours left of the show. Today has been crazy slow. We will debrief later. Mostly just vendors like walking around and chatting. Like, there's still people in here for sure, but not a ton of shopping. Nice to sell to vendors, nice to have a day to chat. Honestly, prefer that for sure. And I'm gonna do like a slideshow of some of the stuff that I've completed this weekend because so much art has been done.
Oh,
All right, 1 sticker book, just a little bit of tax on there. $10.50. You can tap for me. Do you want to receipt it all?
No.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. There's a lot to take in. Yes. Yeah, buy 3, get the 4th one free, and then you're also welcome to combine it with the prints if you'd like.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can you hold this for me? I wish we had cats. They're so allergic.
Oh
I
no.
love them so much.
Appreciator.
Yeah.
Take some pills and go to the cat cafe just for a
I
day.
know, I want to do that so bad. What is it, Cleopatra?
That's the one, yeah. I went last night to the primary location. Apparently yesterday they opened a secondary location somewhere
I saw,
souther.
yeah.
But they had mostly kittens. So they're really tiny, so cute.
I think I'll just do 4.
Absolutely. Can I tuck them in a little bag?
Oh, I love your like.
Thank you.
Wow, those are so cool. That's so awesome.
I call it my permanent sticker collection.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to do card payment?
Yes, please. That sounds good.
No problem. Thank you. Would you like the receipt for that?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right. There you are.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Really appreciate it.
I-Bite sticker,
Good choice.
a trash can sticker,
Mm-hmm.
it was okay sometimes,
You got it?
kitty cupboard, and the deer with like the skeleton.
Yes.
It just makes me think of both Alistair and Hannibal
Okay, Hannibal, yes. I love Hannibal. I don't know Alistair.
from Hasbin Hotel. He's
Okay.
also a serial, or assumed to be serial killer who's personified as a deer boy.
Perfect.
No, okay, no, he was a serial killer, confirmed before the show.
Okay.
Also, occasional cannibal. Yeah.
So the Hannibal crossover is intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 21 with tax.
He was cannibal before he died. There you are. That's why you get so along with Cannibal Crew. That's true. Yeah, there's a whole cannibal town in the Hasbin Hotel universe.
I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah. Hi. Can I get the brown tabby?
The brown tabby.
You got it.
I'll just get that packaged up for you.
It was the first thing I've seen. It's like tapping.
It's one of the least popular colorways, which is so odd because you see a lot of tabbies, I feel like,
they're
in
like-
general.
The most cats.
Exactly. When I think of a cat, I think of a tabby. You know, I think it's also because you can just tap there for me. I think it's because they're quite challenging to draw with all of the stripes and details, getting it just right. Do you want a little paper bag as well?
No thanks.
Thank you so much.
Attention Ai-Kon Marketplace. It is now 4 o'clock. Please make your way to the exit. Congratulations on completing Ai-Kon 2024. Let's give it up to the marketplace.
Wow, you're ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that's how we want to look in the vlog, definitely. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the Airbnb. You can see my futon nest behind me. I have been sleeping like this way on the futon, not like the intended lengthwise and curling up in a little fetal position. So I have a minute here while I wait for my roommate to get back. She takes a lot longer to pack down than I do. I hit 15 minutes, which is like a new record, I have to say. And I think the only reason I was able to make that new record is because those white things, they have these plastic screws and nuts or whatever to assemble them together, and I couldn't get the screws and nuts to unscrew for whatever reasons. I've had that problem in the past. Anyway, not interesting. Let's talk about Ai-Kon while it is completely fresh in my mind. I'm a little bit embarrassed about my whiny baby syndrome in the middle of the video here. Honestly, things ended up going pretty average for what I've come to expect from these sorts of anime conventions, and if I'm honest, it's just not enough for me to be worth the trouble to fly over here, not to mention the expense of having somewhere to stay and all that jazz. My business expenses for this trip were just under about $1,000, but the table itself at the event is only $160 For 3 days, that is incredibly affordable, so I feel like Ai-Kon is a really great option for people who are local to Winnipeg or not that far away, and people who are looking for something to do for their first convention. Because as I've mentioned before, I'm used to paying upwards of $250 a day for these kinds of events, so yeah, a bit of a treat. So it's really my fault that my expenses ended up being so high, and that's what's made the sales number feel a lot lower than what it actually is. I've also mentioned before in these videos that I like to sell about $1,000 Canadian of product every single day. That's kind of like the minimum that I want to hit. And while Friday was a disaster, over the 3 days it did even out to literally just over $3,000 total in sales. So you less $1,000 for all of the expenses, and it's not like I'm saying that that's not a good amount of money. It's just for the effort that's going into attending these sorts of things. I'm just not sure if it makes a lot of sense, especially considering how much more money everybody around me is making. I'm not going to hammer the point home, but if you sell fan art, if you sell anime or Japan adjacent fan art, I think you're really going to enjoy vending at these sorts of events. Not that you can't make it work with original art, but for whatever reason, I can't seem to. I think that a lot of that is because my brand is all about like me, and it's hard for new people to connect with that if they're not looking to connect with an artist. So if you have a brand that's like specifically around a certain type of animal, like I do a lot of cats, but I'm not a cat brand, I think you might find some more success because it's easier for people to relate to. And I mentioned this already, Winnipeg has been amazing. All the people that I've met who've come up to like say they watch my videos or who follow me on Instagram, so nice, great conversations. The things that were hits at the show, I did actually sell out of a lot of the tote bag designs, most of the zines and books that I brought, but I really only had like 3 of each book and like 5 of the cat safari and then like 5 of each tote, and I sold out 2 of the tote designs. So I guess realistically I brought the correct number of things to sell, so I don't know exactly what I was saying. I'm not, like I said, I'm not very good at this generally. I just hope you're entertained and that you can learn from the mistakes that I make so that you don't make them yourself. The other main thing that was a super hit was the dino sticker sheet, which is just so fun. I think it's like kind of my favorite design. And it's not just because it's the only one on an orange background, but I think that has something to do with it. I think that's it for the check-in here. I'm gonna wrap it up when I get home and just in case I have some stuff to say that I'm not thinking of, because I'm a little bit loopy at the moment. Need to go take a shower, wash off this face, wash out this hair. I am so sweaty right now. And thankfully I've got a little afternoon to spend here in Winnipeg because it's only 5 o'clock now. And our flight is bright and early at 6 in the morning. So I will see you folks back in Vancouver as soon as I can. We are back in the apartment, and I just want to wrap things up, say thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Please consider liking if you enjoyed, subscribing to the channel for more. I put out videos every single Sunday. They are not always the same, but hopefully they are always a good time. And since the theme of this video kind of ended up being about like coping with your feelings of disappointment, I would love if you could leave a comment down below and let me know how you would manage those kinds of emotions, because I know that I can still learn a little bit more. And yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that particular topic. Before we go, I wanted to let you know that you can purchase almost everything that you saw on my table in this video over at artbytuna.com/shop. I have permanently opened the shop for the long term. It's a great alternative to my Patreon, where it's instead of an ongoing support, you can show a one-time purchase. I have all of my shipping costs as low as possible, and I am happy to ship worldwide. But speaking of patrons, you know I have to shout out all of these wonderful people here who are over in my snack pack. These are the people who are allowing me to make these videos here on YouTube. Their support is absolutely key to giving me the time to film the videos, to edit the videos, to put it all together to present to you almost every single week. And in exchange for their support, the $1 tiers get digital downloads, access to extra content like podcasts and videos. And then there's also mailable reward tiers at $10 and $25, including worldwide shipping. This month we are doing a Hot Ghoul summer theme. Really wanted to do something seasonal this time around. And you can check out just some of the rewards that you can receive in those mailable packages here on the screen right now. And if you're unable to financially support me on Patreon, you are actually able to go over there, join as a free member, and I do shoot out all kinds of free content there as well. So head to the link down below and check it out if you don't mind. Either way, I want to thank you for making it to the end of this video. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.